Good morning, one and all. Respected Chief Guest, Chairman, and Independent Director, Federal Bank Limited, Mr. C. Balagopal, the Guest of Honor, former VC, Kanchi University, Dr. N. Jayashankaran, Chairman of SEMS Group of Institutions, Dr. GPC Nair, Vice Chairman of SEMS Group, Professor Pramod P. Thevenur, Group Director and Registrar, Dr. Radha Thevenur, Group Director Indu Nair, Dr. Baiju Radha Krishnan, Chairperson of Pgdm, Dr. Anil Kumar K., faculty members, the graduating students, and their parents. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 30th Annual Convocation of SEMS Cochin School of Business.
The Convocation Day is, after all, a much-awaited day of any student's life, as it returns the effort of the academic endeavor. It is steeped with a sense of achievement and fulfillment, and most importantly, it makes them work harder to build a successful career ahead. It's a proud moment for all of us to invite the graduating 30th batch of Pgdm for their convocation ceremony. Now, let's invoke the blessings of the Almighty. I would like to invite the students of batch 31 for the prayer.
स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्.
It is time to formally begin our program, and I would like to invite Registrar and Group Director of SEMS Group, Professor Dr. Radha Thevenur, to officially declare the 30th Convocation open.
I declare the 30th Annual Convocation open.
Thank you, Madam. Now, I request Dr. Indu Nair, Group Director of SEMS Group of Institutions, to welcome the gathering.
A long march to a glorious future was flagged off in 1976 with the establishment of the Pratap Foundation for Education and Training by Dr. GPC Nair at Kochi. Dr. Nair, who held up top management positions with leading corporate houses, wished to impart quality education at affordable cost to aspiring youngsters in India. The dream came true in 1976 with the establishment of a humble mass communication and management institution, the School of Communication and Management Studies, or SEMS Cochin, as it is known today. Sharp focus on quality education soon gave an edge to the institution, located alongside the NH 47 beyond Kalamassery in the heart of industrial and business capital of Kerala, Kochi. Pgdm program was started in the year 1992, and SEMS grew to become a center of excellence for management and communication studies in a very short span of time. Today, it has acquired various international accolades and recognitions. Over the years, Pratap Foundation has established a network of institutions under the umbrella body SEMS Group of Educational Institutions, providing quality education in diverse disciplines like management, mass communication, information technology, international studies, computer applications, engineering, architecture, polytechnics, biotechnology and biosciences, water research, and road safety and transport, from 5 campuses in Ernakulam city. Respected Chairman, Vice Chairman SEMS Group, members of the board and governing council, distinguished guests, other invitees, SEMS faculty, staff, and our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It gives me immense pleasure and honor on behalf of SEMS Group of Institutions to extend a warm welcome to all of you to the 30th Annual Convocation of Postgraduate Diploma in Management program. This day marks a noteworthy milestone in the history of SEMS as we celebrate the 30th Annual Convocation of Pgdm. I am certain that this day holds significant importance for each one of you as you are graduating from one of the most renowned business schools in the country. As you reflect on the years spent at SEMS, I am positive that you will acknowledge it as a place of intense learning, personal growth, and self-discovery. Today we have with us two eminent visitors who have joined to grace the event and participate in our happiness. We are privileged to have Mr. C. Balagopal as the chief guest of this ceremony. Mr. Balagopal, Chairman and Independent Director, Federal Bank Limited, is a bold entrepreneur who resigned from Indian Administrative Service in 1983 to establish Trumo Penpal Limited, the first indigenous biomedical device manufacturing company in the country. When Mr. Balagopal left the company, Trumo Penpal had become as one of the largest producers and exporters of cutting-edge blood bag systems globally. It is a matter of great pride for us, sir, that sir has graciously accepted our invitation to be the chief guest at this 30th Annual Convocation ceremony. On behalf of the board and governing council, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir, to SEMS Cochin School of Business. It is an honor for us to have Dr. N. Jayashankaran, a distinguished professor of management, former Vice Chancellor of Kanchi University, Director of BIM Trichy, as the guest of honor for the day. Dr. Jayashankaran has made remarkable contribution to the field of education, especially in the domains of higher education policy and administration. On behalf of the board and governing council, I extend a warm, cordial welcome to you, sir. I extend my heartiest congratulations to all the graduates of your outstanding academic achievement, a testament to your unwavering dedication and hard work over the past 2 years. At SEMS, we believe that education is not just about grades, but also about holistic personal growth. As you prepare to embark on your journey, armed with the knowledge, skills, and confidence you have acquired during your time here, remember to be confident, adaptable to change, and ready to embrace new challenges and opportunities in this ever-evolving world. Our SEMS education equips you with the ability to make a positive impact on the people's lives and contribute to society's betterment. I urge you to continue striving for excellence in all your endeavors. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the faculty and staff of SEMS as their commitment to academic excellence and passion for teaching has played a pivotal role in shaping the future leaders of tomorrow. Finally, to the parents and families of the graduates, hearty welcome to the campus and to this program. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to your unwavering support and encouragement to the graduates throughout their academic journey. As a graduate, and embark on your professional journey, always keep in mind that SEMS will forever be your intellectual abode. We wish that you remain connected with the school and with each other through our recently launched alumni portal, and this virtual committee is exclusively for you, providing opportunity to give back by mentoring current students, seeking guidance from the veterans, and expanding your network and our extensive SEMS community comprising of over 10,000 members worldwide. Once again, congratulations to the class of 23, and I wish you all the very best for a bright, successful future. I am confident that you will make your alma mater proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for your enlightening speech. Now I invite Chairperson of Pgdm, Dr. Anil Kumar K, to present the report.
Respected Mr. C. Balagopal, Chairman and Independent Director, Federal Bank Limited, Chief Guest of today's Convocation ceremony. Dr. N. Jayashankaran, former Vice Chancellor, Kanchi University, Guest of Honor of this function. Dr. Radha Tevenur, Group Director and Registrar, SEMS Group of Institutions. Group Directors of SEMS, Dr. Indu Nair, Dr. Baiju Radhakrishnan, Deputy Director, Mr. Pratik Nair, Dr. Philomena P. George, Director, Academic Compliances, Professor K.J. Paulus, Professor Emeritus, Dr. Suresh Mani, Mentor, Pgdm Curriculum Revision, Dr. G. Shashikumar, Principal, SSTM, heads of sister institutions of ACMS, heads of various departments, faculty team members of Pgdm and MBA departments, staff members, graduating Pgdm Batch 30 students, their parents, guardians, other distinguished guests, including alumni members invited here. Let me now present before you a brief report of the academic and related activities of Pgdm Batch 30. It's only a gist of activities held during the academic years 2021 to 2023. And for want of time and for fear of elaboration, I do not attempt a detailed reading. Legacy of ACMS. ACMS, Cochin School of Business, as you're all aware, belong to the genre of management schools in this part of the world that was able to make fast strides ahead of times with its well-anchored and envisioned grand plans. Instituted in 1992 as the first B school offering Pgdm program in Kerala, and one of the first in South India, establishing a niche was never easy at all, but backed by a legendary leadership that is principle-centered and with evolutionary ideas, visionary plans, pioneering efforts, and perseverance at times of adversities, ACMS could emerge as one of the front-runners and a highly admired higher education institution for business management with a pan-India presence in student intake and non-well for its job placements. Established by the legendary higher education visionary of Kerala, Dr. G.P.C. Nair, who belongs to a class of people who have taken destiny head-on in universalizing management education with an indomitable spirit and unfailing enthusiasm. ACMS Cochin School of Business continued to excel, maintaining its academic tempo during the study period of this batch of students, also batch 30. Pgdm Batch 30 induction and orientation. Pgdm Batch 30, that is batch 2021-2023, was a peculiar batch of students who had lost out 15 months of their last leg of graduation in colleges and a few months of their first year Pgdm here in SCMS because of the COVID pandemic. Welcoming and onboarding them on campus virtually and orienting and grooming them for a corporate career without an on-campus interface was a tall order for all of us. We commenced the program 4 weeks behind the schedule as per the directions of the AICTE and the government authorities, as COVID and its inseparable lockdown was playing hide and seek several times in 2021, and we ourselves had to close down as some of our students were tested COVID positive during that time. Induction and orientation of the batch was conducted from 25th August onwards, 2021. Sessions on co-curricular activities, followed by foundation course sessions, remedial classes, and then the exams were all conducted for a month. Formal commencement of the academic year 2021 of the Pgdm Batch 30 was done on September 23, 2021 with Mr. C.J. George, CEO and Founder Director of Geojit Financial Services Limited, inaugurating the academic activities. By working extra hours on weekdays, we could bring back the academic calendar back on schedule, and by the end of the trimester too, everything, classes, internship, exams, and results publication, all were on normal track, and that's how today convocation ceremony is on April 26 as planned much before. A host of well-planned and structured co-scholastic activities aimed at personal development and corporate grooming of the batch were undertaken during the 2 years to equip the students and make them executive material and industry ready. All these programs were in addition to the regular academic activities. Mentoring for transformation with a view to handhold and lead the students in the professional managerial world, a buddy-like system called mentoring that used to be one of the hallmarks of the Pgdm program was introduced for the batch 30 students as well. All the students were attached to faculty mentors right from the beginning, and there is a regular purpose-based interaction between them on a weekly basis with regard to curricular and co-curricular activities throughout the period of their study. The objective was to bring about a complete transformation of the student mentees by attenuating their imperfections and to make them profession ready and career focused. In the first year, it was mostly directed towards building skills like self-belief, self-confidence, and self-expression, and also activities that were aimed at improving communication and articulation skills of the students. Integrated Managerial Learning Program, IMLP, has been one of the major highlights of the Pgdm program for many years, and every alumni who have taken up employment with the organizations during the past so many years come back and with the feedback that it was the main factor that helped them to improve a lot as potential job seekers and in fetching a job and career for them. It was conducted as a weekly affair in the first year with several rounds of competitions to improve communication, presentation, and articulation skills. Their co-curricular activity Business Quotient, BizQ, was conducted with a view to equipping the students with knowledge on business environment and to keep them abreast of the day-to-day events happening in the business world, where students were required to read and comprehend the news items of the Business Standard newspaper on a daily basis and needed to make presentations of the gist of the reading during the evaluation sessions. Regular evaluation and determined exams were also conducted at the end of every trimester. With a view to bring the industry environment to classrooms and make industry learning of students meaningful, senior managers, executives, CEOs, and entrepreneurs were brought to the campus throughout the period of study, and opportunities provided to students directly listen to their stories and experience and interact with them as part of the III, that is Institute Industry Interaction Programs. Mentoring for English Excellence, a special mentoring cum coaching with a view to improve English language and communication skills of students, enrich and excel in English, AAA, was launched for this batch from the beginning of the term 1. Training and assessment on English accent and pronunciation, business and job vocabulary, business idioms and jargons pertaining to different functional areas of management were all done as remedial intervention by the business communication faculty members. PDP, the week-long personality development program, was conducted during the term 1 by the Red Dot Training Agency, Mumbai. UBT, the 3-day outbound training program that is given as a practical team building and leadership training, was undertaken at the Calypso Adventures in Munnar. Research engagement for Kochi Water Metro. As part of the term 1 course, a field-based data collection survey on the fair feasibility covering all the 13 boarding stations of the Kochi Water Metro was undertaken by the students of batch 30. All students involved in the data collection from all the Kochi Water Metro Island locations, close to 4,700 data were collected and the report of the analysis submitted to them. International Student Internship Program, 10 of the Pgdm batch 30 students are part of the International Student Internship Program, namely the New Colombo Plan 2022, initiated by the Western Sydney University, Australia, for its students as part of their Asia Pacific internship as buddies of the Western Sydney University, students of batch 30 being the partner institution for the program. Interactive sessions on various themes on culture, arts, heritage, traditions, diversity and empowerment engaged by students and faculty members as resource persons, and a field visit to Trivandrum were all part of the program that spread across 20 days. Term for internship, after a gap of 2 years, the term for 3-month-long project internship were conducted on-site. Students undertook projects in companies including Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Bhilai, Mangalore, and Coimbatore. 50% of the students got projects through the placement department of the institute, and many of them received stipends also. Faculty guides undertook visits to all the companies as part of the midterm project evaluations. The capstone business simulation course, Rookies to Business Leaders, the applied strategic management course was conducted for this batch in term 6. All the students successfully completed the simulation course. Regular industry visits were undertaken as part of the various courses that included visit to Tata Consultancy Services, the Infopac Facility Kochi, and the Milma Dairy Production Unit. The students also took out a study visit to the INS Vikrant, India's first indigenously built warship. Special enrichment lectures, eminent academicians and industrialists engaged special sessions on various themes for this batch of students. They included Ms. Suchitra Ella, co-founder and managing director of Bharat Biotech International Limited, Mr. Ankur Thakur, head of marketing, Apollo Test Gurgaon, Mr. Mohammad Riaz, head HR, business signatory for Ministry Landmark Group, Qatar, Mr. Praveen Kamath, general manager and head HR, Global Delivery and Enablement, Wipro Bangalore, Mr. Nitesh Thomas, assistant vice president HR, Sonata Software Bangalore, and Mr. T.P. Srinivasan, former ambassador of India to the US. And for the regular academic courses in this batch, more than 15 corporate senior leaders offered various courses in the last 2 trimesters, making learning truly practice-oriented. Pgdm senior alumni members engaged sessions for the students of various topics as part of the monthly alumni homecoming series talks. They included Ms. Lakshmi Sharin, BJ of Dubai, Mr. John P. Thomas from Mumbai, and Mr. Sanjay Nair from Dhaka. A book titled Coming Home, authored by the Pgdm alumna of 1995-97 batch Ms. Smita Vishnath, was also formally released on campus. The Kerala Management Association student chapter was rejuvenated and activated on campus in this academic year. Students attended various programs organized by the campus, on campus and outside regularly. They included evening lectures, talks and presentations by CEOs and corporate heads, panel discussions, the Digital Summit 22, the Kerala Smart Mobility Summit 22, book releases, felicitation meetings, the Women Managers Forum talks, and the Women Managers Summit and the KMA Annual Management Convention. The students also actively participate in the talks, lectures, and union budget analysis and the BFSA Summit organized by the CII, TIA, TAI, that's TAI, Malayalam Manorama, Federal Bank, and the Dhanam Publications. Club activities of students are known as grid and forums. Student clubs of this batch have been very active throughout the second year. Batch 30 Marketing Club, the Marketing Grid, organized weekly programs that included presentations on different marketing topics, market updates, case study analysis, and role plays. The Marketing Grid also brought out its monthly newsletter, Quintessence. The Finance Forum organized various talks, debates, finance, betting, games, stock simulations on finance-related topics. They also published a finance-related word power dictionary, the finance vocabulary A to Z, and brought out regularly the monthly forum newsletter, the Finance. The HR Forum Human and the S&O Forum Chips and Nuts also organize weekly talks, debates, quizzes, and other activities regularly. Seminars and workshops, the different departments, Pgdm organized several seminars, webinars, and workshops on various themes, and the students had a great learning attending them. These included workshops on financial management, financial modeling and valuation, personal finance wellness, green fashion retailing, design thinking, gamification, and a one-day boot camp on Power BI. The marketing department organized two-day webinar series on retail management and another one on impact of technology in modern retail. Another brand workshop, brand archetypes using perfumes, that was also organized by the marketing department. Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development Center, IEDC, with a vision to promote innovation and entrepreneurship among the students of this batch, SEMS Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development Center, IEDC, hosted a series of activities during the last 2 years, the stay of this batch. Institution Innovation Council, IIC, the Ministry of HRD initiative, Impact Lecture Series was conducted on the topic Developing Entrepreneurial Mindset. Other activities included a familiarization visit by the students to study the IEDC and the Fab Lab of our Engineering College, SCCT, an idea pitching event, the IEDC Tempest Fest, IEDC Yuva Boot Camp organized by the Kerala Institute of Entrepreneurship Development, Young Innovators Program Virtual Roadshow, the Startup Awareness and Leadership Training SALT program for school students of Kochi, the two-day technology boot camp intended for the students, two-day innovation workshop, Ideathon 2023, and an orientation program on YIP 500, organized under the aegis of the Kerala Development of Innovation Strategy Council, KDISC. Monthly talks, the Let's Talk series was regularly conducted by the IEDC Center. Executive grooming. Special attention was given to all the students of Batch 30 to see that they are provided with a personal facelift and help them in sprucing up their all-round persona and the overall personal makeover and executive grooming. The campus to corporate executive grooming program, the dining etiquette training, was conducted for this batch also at the Marriott by Courtyard Hotel, Kochi Airport. A workshop on personal hygiene and executive grooming was also conducted. Placement preparation, a series of placement preparation training, including a 50-hour-long aptitude training course, a basic math for management training using video uploads, and practice sessions on logical reasoning, they were all conducted. A number of practice DDs, interviews, case study presentations, and job description analysis training were also conducted for this particular batch. The faculty members of each of the mentoring group was given the charge and responsibility of placing its mentees. These efforts helped in monitoring and keeping a close watch of the job placements of the students. Shikhar Management Fest, the 2023 edition of the CMS Shikhar Management Fest was conducted with much enthusiasm and fanfare. Around 400 participants from 34 business schools in South India participated in the 14 fest events that included managerial and non-managerial events held on campus after a gap of 3 years. Kristu Jayanti College of Management, Bangalore were the overall champions. Swara, the women's student cell of CMS Coaching School of Business, organized programs every month, talk shows on various themes including health and well-being, topics by actors, entrepreneurs, fashion designers, doctors, and public health officials done during this period. Social responsibility of the Institute. True to the reputation as a B school with a genuine responsibility to the community, Cochin School of Business SEMS had undertaken a host of socially responsible activities during this academic period, and this batch of students played an active role in all of them. Worth mentioning are the grand finale of the Silent Wheel 2022 Cyclothon organized jointly by the Indian Medical Association Kerala chapter and the National Initiative for Safe Sound and the Indian Association of Pediatricians Kochi. Then the Cup of Life initiative organized by the IMA and SEMS Cochin School of Business, Anti-Drug Abuse Human Chain along the National Highway 66 as part of the Kerala State Government Initiative Drug Free Kerala, Memory Walk as part of the World Alzheimer's Day jointly with the Bodhi, an initiative for creating dementia-friendly communities of the Government of Kerala Social Justice Department, continuing enhancement of skill for English teachers in Kochi as part of the community support initiative of the GCDA Kochi, and visit by the MRC members. It was a Santvana Orphanage, Kalamassery, as part of the Children's Day celebrations. MRC of Batch 30, the Media Relations Club MRC, the student-driven social media arm of the school, has been very active and vibrant in this batch also in capturing, documenting, and disseminating every bit of events pertaining to the lives of students here and the institute alike, and thus telling the world that SEMS Cochin School of Business is a happening place and has got a brand of itself. The highlight of these activities was the week-long UNESCO Orange the World campaign 2022, activism against gender-based violence by conducting various competitions and interactive sessions involving students on campus. Kudos to all the 30 active members of the MRC and its faculty coordinator, Dr. Devika S. Active campus life. Campus has always been lit up and active with a regular cultural, literal, and other socially engaging activities. Speak Mac chapter, in association with the Cochin School of Business, organized a musical concert, a Carnatic flute concert on campus. New Year celebrations and other cultural fairs, sports day, and the director's fireside farewell function all were conducted with gaiety and enthusiasm. Life has been full of life in SEMS campus for this batch of students also. Students' achievements of this batch. Pgdm batch 30 teams won the overall championship of the B School Management Fest 2022 conducted by the SNGist B School. Students also won the overall champions of the B School Fest 2022 conducted by the Talk Edge Institute of Management. And student teams on various events won first and second prizes in the Cochin University SMS Talent Time 2022, the Rajagiri Business School in Florida 2022, SNGC Management School Festival, and a 3-member team of the batch won the third prize of the Students' Business Gifts 2023 conducted by the Kerala Management Association KMA. 2 students of this batch, Mr. Mithun R. Menon and Ms. Aishwarya M. have passed the National Institute of Securities Market NISM certification course on mutual fund distributors. This batch student, Ms. Lakshmi Nanda, doing her internship project in WAPCO India, Chennai, part of ZF Germany, in the design department, developed a new design layout proposal for the kitting room. The proposal was accepted by the company and the firm sanctioned a funding of 20 lakhs of rupees for the redesign project. 3 students of this batch, Ms. Shekha Maria Binoy, Ms. Lekha Pierre, and Ms. Devika Vinod attended the National Business School Conclave organized by the MBA University.com at IIM Kozhikode as student coordinators of the conference. 5 students of the batch, Ms. Anjana V, Ms. Vandana K, Ms. Angel Alexander Rodriguez, Ms. Shekha Maria Binoy, and Ms. Aishwarya M could convert their internship reports into publications along with their faculty guides and made research presentations at the International Conference for Green Leadership organized by the DePaul Institute of Science and Technology. Faculty engagements. Faculty members of the department involved actively in publishing research articles in national and international journals, books chapters, and conducted and attended various training programs, seminars, workshops, and FTPs, and acted as session chairs and AICTE reviewers. They were also resource persons for the various MTPs organized by the school during the period, including the training program organized by the MSME Institute, the KSRTC, and the Kerala Institute of Local Administration. The department also conducted a case writing workshop for corporate managers and scholars. AIST sponsored 2-day international conference on managing and reinventing organizations in the age of disruptions was also conducted by the department. The students also got to involve the consulting project and assignments undertaken by the Pgdm department as field animators for data gathering, the social media project MyFin Global, and the study on the market potential and competitor analysis of mobile healthcare apps in Kerala for the firm Easytronics Life were worth mentioning. The EBSP Shimla students visit to SCMS. As per the AICT initiative, Asadika Ahmed Mahals of EBSP students visit to paired states. 50 students, including BTech and higher secondary students from Shimla and adjoining places of Himachal Pradesh, came to SCMS, Coaching School of Business, for a 5-day cultural exchange visit. SSRC 2023, the Social Science Research Colloquium, SSRC Edition 5 2023, the annual research conference of the School of Business was conducted on 2nd and 3rd of March 2023. Research papers on different tracks on management were presented by the research scholars who attended the conference. The Panorama 2023, the 2-day annual management conclave of SCMS Coaching School of Business conducted in March, wherein CEOs, corporate senior executives, and management experts shared their ideas, thoughts, and experience, was conducted on campus. This year, the summit, Panorama 2023, was specially designed in a way that all speakers were the members of the SCMS alumni of the 1990s and the 2000 batch, representing different functional areas of business management, including directors and entrepreneurs who delivered talks and interacted with the students on the theme, Disruptions in Managing Organizations, Pandemic and Beyond, Impactful Insights from SCMS Alumni. The AIMS Conference, the school also hosted the Southern Regional Roundtable Conference organized by the Association of Indian Management Schools, AIMS, on the theme, Transformation of Business Schools in India on March 10, 2023. Pass in exams and percentage of pass for batch 30, in spite of the lockdown uncertainties and the online learning initially, this batch of students could make substantial improvements in the latter part of the program in terms of the efforts put in by them, and finally could make a commendable pass percentage of 98.3%. Final placement of 2023 batch, the efforts put in by the department, the faculty members, and the fresh impetus provided by the vice chairman himself resulted in great placements this year. The companies that hired our students this time included firms like KPMG, ENY, Colgate-Palmolive, Godrej & Boyce, Asian Paints, Wipro Consumer Lighting, Times of India, ICICI Bank, Federal Bank, Bandhan Bank, Indus Bank Insurance, ICICI Lombard Insurance, General Insurance Corporation, GIC, Verity Knowledge Solutions, Make My Trip, etc. NBA accreditation for SCMS Coaching School of Business. Glad to inform you all that once again our school has been re-accredited by the National Board of Accreditations, NBA, for the Cycle 4 period also, after assessing our performance from 2018 to 2022 June for 3 more years starting from July 2022. ACBSP accreditation, the institution has also been accredited internationally for the second time by the Accreditation Council for Business School Programs, ACBSP USA. This reaffirmation is for another 10 years till 2032. B School rankings for 2022-2023, SCMS Coaching School of Business has been consistently ranked as one of the top 50 business schools among all the business schools in India, and in the years 2021 and to 2023, also we could maintain this position. The rankings brought out by the rating magazines in the month of December 2022, including the Business Today, the Business World, the Week, the Outlook, the CSR, JHRDC, Fortune India, and Career 360 degrees are testimonials for this claim. Finally, to conclude, we always have reiterated that job placements is the natural culmination of the scholastic endeavors, and the academic processes continued here. We had given a promise to the students and their parents. It was not a job. What we assured was a profession for the students, what we ensured was a career for the students, and above all, what we offered was a future for the students. Today, on this day of convocation, I, on behalf of the management team here, along with all the faculty team members, feel proud, extremely delighted, and enchanted for keeping up our promise. I take this opportunity to place on record my sincere gratitude to the SCMS Coaching School of Management, especially its founding chairman, Dr. G.P.C. Nair, Professor Pramod P. Thevenur, vice chairman, and all its group directors for the leadership displayed, way shown, and the support and guidance given to the department all the time. I also thank all the parents of Batch 30 students for the firm decision to send their wards to SCMS, especially during the uncertain and testing times. And to my students, thank you for joining the SCMS family. The Coaching School of Business SCMS, your alma mater, feel so proud of you and hope that you would live up to the expectations of this great temple of learning. Hope you enjoyed life here as much as we enjoyed in putting this across to you. I conclude my report here, wishing you all the best once again, and thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now we move on to the presentation of students of batch 30. I request Dr. Anil Kumar K to deliver the presentation.
Dada ma'am, I have the honor to present before you the candidates for the postgraduate diploma in management on their having successfully completed the necessary requirements, and pray that they may be awarded the postgraduate diploma in management.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as a registrar and group director of SEMS Coaching School of Business, and in recognition of your having successfully completed the necessary requirements, I confer on you the postgraduate diploma in management and charge you that in thought, words, and action, you show yourselves worthy of it.
I'll be now reading out the names of the successful Pgdm graduates one by one. Just walk onto the stage and collect the certificate from the guests. Okay, first, Lekha PR. Anjana V. Megha Vijay Nair. Naeema Mubash. Elena Achu Rajnal. Devi Case. Kailash Chandran. Atulya Nair. Aishwarya M. Abhiram V. Dhanush V.S. George Varghese. Mithun R. Menon. Marina Joy. Jaswin Sunny, Kishore S. Menon, Devika Vinod, Edwin Sebi P, Aravind M, Abhijit N, Sri Lakshmi S, Angel Alexandria Rodriguez, Shibin Biju Thomas, Artha Case, Vandana K, Cecil T. Eldos, Abhiram Krishnan S, Shekha Maria Binoy, Nikhil S. Nair, Krishnendu R, Arjun Jagdish, Anina Stanley, Koshi and Vagis, Rohan Joshi, Dhanush Kumar S, Nimisha Sajib, Gopi Krishnan N, Amal Shah S, Shiv Keshav, Krishna Prasad M. Rahul GS. Kevin Babu. Jishnu M. Adarsh R. Menon. Neetu Sudhakaran. Ajal Saji. Eldo Saji. Alfred Joy. Anjima G. Vaishali B. Desai. Indrajit M. Jishnu Das. James Joseph. Anandakrishnan MP. Nikesh Philip. And Fahad S.
Thank you, sir. Winner is the one who strives hard, beats seconds, and foresees the future. Without sparing time, let's announce the scholastic medals for the year 2021-2022. I request the Group Director and Registrar, Dr. Radha Tevanur, to award the Chairman's gold medal winner. I also request Dr. Anil Kumar K, Chairperson Pgdm, to announce the winner.
The batch 30, that is the class of 2023 of Pgdm. Among all the successful graduates, we award, appreciate, and recognize the top scorer of the batch. This year, the top scorer of the batch, Pgdm batch 30, that's the SCMS Chairman's gold medal. That goes to Ms. Lekha PR.
Now, I request the former VC, Kanchi University, Dr. N. Jayashankaran, to give away the Best Outgoing Student Award winner of the year 2023. I also request Dr. Anil Kumar K, Chairperson Pgdm, to announce the winner.
The department also recognizes the overall performance done by the students of the batch, along with academic performance. This year, for the batch 30, Pgdm batch class 2023, the best outgoing student award goes to Miss Anjana V.
Next, I once again welcome Dr. Anil Kumar K, Chairperson of Pgdm, to administer the oath to the graduates.
All passing out students are requested to stand up. Raise their right arm up to shoulder height like this, palm facing the front. And you need to repeat the oath after me, giving your full name after I read I. Understood? When I read I, you'll have to say out your own names and continue whatever I tell you as the oath, part of the oath. Okay? So here we go with the oath. I solemnly pledge that I shall always display professional integrity of highest order in my career and abide by the moral and ethical values long associated with the profession. I shall always be guided by high sense of professionalism, discipline, and loyalty in whatever I do and in whichever organization I serve. I shall always keep the interest of my country and my organization uppermost in my mind in whatever I do, in true SEMS spirit, training, and tradition. Jai Hind. Now you can turn your tassel that's right on the left side, you can turn it to the right side, marking you're all graduates. Thank you all.
Next, we move on to the convocation address. We have the Chairman and Independent Director, Federal Bank Limited, Mr. C. Balagopal, as a chief guest for the day. Being a postgraduate in economics from Madras University, Mr. Balagopal joined the Indian Administrative Service in 1977 and worked in various posts in Manipur and Kerala. He resigned from the IAS in 1983 to set up a company to manufacture indigenously developed biomedical devices for the first time in the country. This came to be known as Thermo Penpo Limited and one of the biggest manufacturers and exporters of blood bag systems in the world. C. Balagopal is a businessman who has been the head of 5 different companies and currently occupies the position of Chairman at the Federal Bank Limited, Chairman of Federal Operations and Services Limited, Chairman at Mobilexian Technologies Private Limited, and President and member at the Indus Entrepreneurs International Kerala. C. Balagopal is also on the board of Agap Diagnostics Limited and Enter Technologies Private Limited. I request Mr. C. Balagopal to address the gathering.
President of the meeting, dignitaries on the dais, graduating students, others, their parents and guardians who are present here, and all others connected with SCMS. Let me first congratulate all those graduating today. Congratulations. You are now stepping out into a world that is very different from the world when I graduated 50 years ago, 51 years ago in 1972. This world has been called a VUCA world. Volatile, unpredictable, complex, and ambiguous. And I'm sure your training here at SCMS would have equipped you to face this very volatile, ambiguous, complex, and changing world. Now, so what should I talk to you about today? I thought about it. You would have heard many My Story sessions of successful entrepreneurs who stand before you and tell you what they did. I have also sat in the audience and listened to such stories. Most first-person accounts of business, while admitting the occasional failure, generally dwell on the clear vision, careful planning, and flawless execution of seemingly perfectly conceived and implemented projects that leaves the listener marveling at the almost superhuman capabilities of the speaker. Is that not so? Most of the time when we hear these stories, we wonder, can we ever be like these supermen and superwomen? You know? My experience, you will be happy to know, has been quite different. And my enterprise was, from the beginning, built on a lot of good luck and serendipity, the ability to quickly seize an unexpected opportunity, and most importantly, to learn from mistakes and to try something else. While I too, like others, did plan and base my plans on data and not guesswork and hope, nevertheless, there was always something that kept reminding me that whatever plans we make, they will have to change. You know, the heavyweight boxing champion, Mike Tyson, said that when you enter the boxing ring, you enter with the strategy, but the first punch on the nose and all strategy goes out of the window, isn't it? All that you can see is somebody hit you in the nose and you want to hit him back, isn't it? So all strategy goes flying out of the window. I think there's a big lesson in that, you know. Things rarely go according to plan in a world that is ceaselessly in motion and with so many moving parts. Chance and uncertainty are part of this world, and we must learn the skills to deal with them. But when I look back on this rather unusual approach to building an enterprise, I reckon that there was a method to the madness after all. So I'll share those thoughts with you. Trial and error is a commonly used phrase, but one that is loaded with meaning and very profound. This is the method that was perfected by evolution to produce all the marvels of nature that we see around us. Trial and error. It is by continuous trials and failures that evolution selects the combination of attributes to equip an organism to survive and thrive. And this is a ceaseless process that goes on every second of every minute of every hour of every day since time began and since life began, and will go on remorselessly even after life ceases to exist. Just as magnificent mountains and gigantic geomorphological features are chiseled out of hard rock by the ceaseless action of water and wind and temperature, evolution too accomplishes miracles through trial and error. In fact, it is often the error that enables an attribute in a new species to emerge that is better adapted to changes in the environment. It is the error that is the successful thing. Keep that in mind. Trial and error is the main tool of the entrepreneur and the successful manager, who after all creates a new product or service by an imaginative reordering of available resources to meet a hitherto unfulfilled need. Trial and error is the instrument without which no innovation is possible. While knowledge and theory help in directing investigation and inquiry along a particular direction, it is the many trials and failures that finally disclose the solution, often in an unexpected way. That too has been my experience. Failure, therefore, should be understood as a stepping stone on the unending path of innovation, of seeking answers to newer problems that keep emerging all the time. Without failure, there would be no innovation. But this is not a question of blind tossing of a coin and hoping for something to turn up. As the famous scientist Louis Pasteur said, chance favors the prepared mind. Many people have been dozing under a tree and an apple has fallen on his head. In Kerala, maybe a coconut will fall on their heads. But they all didn't come up with the answers to the theory of gravity, isn't it? Why did Newton come up with that? Because he was dreaming about it, thinking about it, sleeping about it. That's all he was bothered about. So his mind was prepared for the solution. Therefore, it is only a question posed by an inquiring mind seeking a solution to a specific problem that can find a solution in a random or chance event. In India, our education system has endowed an entirely negative connotation to the word failure. This usually means failing to secure the minimum score required to pass in a test. It is accompanied by shame and disgrace within the family as well as among peers. It means watching your friends go to the next class while you will now join the junior class to repeat the year. Young people often do foolish things when faced with failure in exam, often with tragic consequences. Therefore, we are dealing with something here that we cannot shrug off as a learning experience, but in our society is seen as a stigma that will not wash away easily. This has to change if we are to become a truly innovative society. I recall a talk with someone I knew whose daughter was at school. She was concerned that the girl would fail in her exams because she was taking everything very casually and would not be promoted to the next class. My answer was, then she will learn an important lesson. I remember my answer did not please the lady, who stalked out of the room furiously, thinking I was being flippant about a serious matter, when actually I was being very serious. Those of you who have never experienced failure or had a setback, you actually are at a disadvantage. Because you are probably not prepared to deal with failures and setbacks in life. You must have some failures and setbacks. And anyway, I'll come to, though some of you may be worried about why am I saying that, I'll explain that. Now you must think, those of you who think you have never failed, think about why do you think you have never failed? Probably because you never aimed at a stretch target. That's why you never failed. Michelangelo said, if you aim high and fail, you will learn. If you aim low and succeed, you will only fool yourself. That's why the title of my talk in my notes I wrote, The Importance of Making Mistakes. Or slightly differently if I put it, the importance of failing. Sounds funny, isn't it? Only those who try new things, only those who don't try anything new are those who can say they have never failed. As the saying goes, if you try, you might. If you don't, you won't. Isn't it? If you try, you might fail. If you don't try, you won't fail. Constantly trying new things, failing fast, And quickly moving on to the next trial is the best way to keep moving towards an objective. One must learn to be skeptical about master plans and grand designs. And prefer instead a clear objective and a set of guidelines within which to operate, leaving one free to try various options. A leader of China from the 1970s and 80s, Deng Xiaoping, famously said, "Learn to cross the river by feeling the stones. Don't wait for somebody to build a bridge for you or to show you the way. Because whoever goes first is going to go ahead, isn't it? So cross the river by feeling the stones with your feet." The education system today, another point I want to make is, teaches us to compete and to try and get ahead of others. It does not teach us how to work with others, how to collaborate, and how to jointly achieve tasks. And that's what organizations need. Organizations need people who know how to work with each other, who become very good team members. They don't want Rambos. They don't want, single heroes or heroines. They want good team members. This approach of our conventional education also leaves us with the misleading impression that academic scores matter more than they deserve. Your certificates, I'm saying this not to discourage you. You have all passed anyway, so this phase is over. Now you've gone on. You've worked hard. You've earned whatever you earned. But I just want to leave you with a thought. Your certificates and diplomas, which you carry away from here, will probably not be seen by anybody else again. Even the organization which hires you, it is the HR clerk who will file it. Nobody will look at those certificates again. Okay? And the only time you are going to see these certificates again is when you change the job and you go and ask your employer, "I want my certificate back." Or after you retire, when you frame it and put it up on the wall and say, "I graduated from SCMS in the year 2023. What matters, therefore, is what you have learned. And that depends much on what was your learning experience. Did you learn the skills that are useful? For example, did you learn how to ask questions? Did you learn the skill to propose several likely solutions for one problem? And did you learn how to try out those proposals despite knowing that all of them may not succeed, or any of them may not succeed? Did you learn how to get the views and ideas of others and build a team to execute a task? Did you learn how to work with people who look different from you, who believe in a different faith, who are from a different social class? Did you learn how to learn from failure and recover quickly from that failure and get back to work? Did you learn that resilience and capacity to stay steadfast on your path even when the going gets tough and not to quit? Did you learn that these attributes are more valuable and important than scoring high grades and coming out on top? These are the skills you will need when you go out into the world. I hope you have all equipped yourself with these skills. If not, it's not too late. Start working on that, because you will need all these skills. Once again, let me congratulate you all who are now stepping out into life, and wish you all a life of purpose and meaning. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those mesmerizing words. Now we move on to the address by the guest of honor. We have here Dr. N. Jayashankaran, former VC, Kanchi University. Professor Dr. N. Jayashankaran was one of the founders and former Director General of the Bharathidasan Institute of Management, BIM, Trichy, and the former Vice Chancellor of Kanchi University. He has been involved in developing several leading management institutes like BIM Trichy and Bangalore, NMIMS Bangalore and Hyderabad campuses, amongst others. He was also a core member of the Curriculum Development Committee of UGC for development of university management programs across the country. In his role as chief mentor, Dr. Jayashankaran focuses on enhancing the academic standards, refurbishing the curriculum, mentoring the faculty, and creating a culture of all-round excellence. I invite you, sir.
Most respected President of today's convocation, Radha Madam, the chief guest of today's convocation, Sri Balagopal, Group Director, Hindu Madam, Anil Kumar, the Chairperson of Pgdm program, Philomeno George, Director Accreditation for programs in SEMS, my esteemed friend Suresh Mani, the respected Chairman and Vice Chairman of the SEMS group, distinguished faculty members, non-teaching staff, graduating students, their proud parents, ladies and gentlemen, my heart is filled with immeasurable joy, indescribable happiness and supreme ananda to be participating in the 30th convocation of SEMS Pgdm group. I've been a Vice Chancellor. I used to address lots of convocation in my university. I used to participate also in lots of convocation in other universities. Whenever I participate in a convocation, I used to have a mixed feelings. Feelings of pleasure and pain. Similar feeling you must also be getting. You must reflect on this auspicious day, how very difficult it was to get into SEMS. Probably thousands of students applied, a few hundreds were shortlisted. Ultimately, you were the luckiest one who were able to make into SEMS. On this day, you have successfully completed the program. You are graduating out with the coveted Pgdm diplomas. That is a moment of joy. My feeling is always like a father whose daughter is getting married and leaving the home. Whenever the daughter is getting married, you are happy that the daughter is getting married. Also a little sad that she will be leaving home. In every convocation I used to feel my children are leaving. But I have a pleasant thought, I am going to get another new daughter in 2023 when a new batch is going to be admitted in the campus. That is always the case in life, right? So whenever you face any success in your life, there should be three feelings. Feeling of joy, feeling of gratitude, and feeling of humility. These things you must have. As I said, this is a defining moment of success. You must all be joyful. In any convocation, we consider it as a solemn occasion. Particularly in the university convocation, the chancellor of the university, the governor will come. He will be sitting in the main dais with a grim face. I am sitting by his side as a vice chancellor. I need to give company to him, so I sit with a grimmer face. Registrar also will look like a sad face. With the result that all the people in the audience will be giving company to all the senior people on the dais. You will also be looking very sad. Never have that kind of a feeling in this kind of a convocation. I want you all to be joyful. Can we all, parents, give an applauding success to all these graduating students who have completed this. So be joyful. That's very, very important. Right? Solemnity is okay, but be joyful. Second thing I said, gratitude. There are two things that are getting depleted in this country. One is the subsoil water, the second one is gratitude. If somebody is grateful, you will be surprised. This is the moment when you should think about your parents who have supported your education. It is only in this country parents support the education. I have traveled all over the globe. In most of the foreign universities, you will have to take multiple part-time jobs to support your own education. It is only in India where parents make lots of sacrifices to raise resources to educate the children. So remember all those days when your parents struggled a lot to raise the resources to support your education. And also the family members who supported your learning process. Second, you must be grateful to SEM's top management. You have created this beautiful infrastructure, you have designed a nice curriculum, you have appointed top-notch faculty, who provide all infrastructure like books, computers, hardware, software, and supporting non-teaching staff to make you get quality education in this institution. You must be grateful to top management of ACMS. You must be also grateful to all the teachers who took enormous pain for the preparation when they come to the class. They set the papers, they evaluated your papers. Some of you made them work hard over time to set a question paper for the supplementary examination, right? So all the teachers took lot of efforts to make sure that you learn. Then the supporting non-teaching staff, right? These are all the people who have worked really hard. Think for a moment and then reflect. To make you reach to this level, how many people have struggled, how many people have made the sacrifice, right? So this is the moment when you should be reflecting on the sacrifices made by all those people who have contributed to your success on this day. Third one, I said you must feel humble. Probably you are the lucky 1% of the population who got the privilege and pleasure of studying in a well-known B school like SEMS B school. Probably lots of talented people are available in this country. They may not have the resources to come and study in a good B school, right? Therefore, you must feel humble on this moment. I got this pleasure and privilege of studying in a top B school, despite the fact there are so many competent people in this country who didn't have an opportunity to study in a good B school. So these three feelings you must be able to experience on this auspicious occasion. A feeling of joy, a feeling of gratitude, and a feeling of humility. You must not for a moment think that this convocation is only borrowed from the Western world. I must take you down to the Vedic tradition in this country. 5,000 years ago, the concept of a convocation existed on the Indian soil. In Taittiriyopanishad, there is an elaborate description of how the convocations were held in those days, 5,000 years old. It is known as Sishyana Vachanam. Normally in Gurukul, you study for 12 years, not for 2 years like this. Right from your first standard, you join the Gurukul, study for 12 years. After 12 years, you stay with the teacher, you live and learn along with the teacher. That's a Gurukul. After 12 years of training, you are going to leave the campus, Gurukul, and you are going to enter the life. At that time, they bring a very renowned Rishi and he will be giving advice as to how do you face this life. I am reminded of one of the beautiful starting sentence of Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. He is the king philosopher, is a great educationist. He was addressing a convocation. He started by saying, "My dear young friends, I congratulate every one of you for getting your degrees on this auspicious day. Today you are all qualified. Tomorrow you will enter life, probably will get educated." The message that Radhakrishnan was trying to convey, probably in the educational institution you may not get the real education, you get only qualification. When you enter life, you will be able to get the real education because you are going through life experiences. Life experiences are going to be much more hard than the experience you had within the campus. Here you are in a protected environment. The discipline, the kind of input that you got, you had a protection amongst all of you. The faculty protected you, top management protected you, and the companies protected you. So you must be grateful to the companies also who gave you summer internship and also final internship. In the gratitude list, you must include the companies also, right? So, you are in a protected environment. When you go outside the campus, as the chief guest rightly mentioned, you are getting into a VUCA world. It is going to be turbulent. What are all the things that you need to do to face this difficult, turbulent world? Now, first thing to face this turbulent world, our acharyas say, Swadhyayat pramatitavyam. You must be an autonomous self-learner throughout your life. First prescription, the Rishi says in Shishyanavasanam, he gives several messages. We are supposed to give messages for the graduating students, how you are going to face life. Whatever has been taught in SEMS during the last 2 years probably will keep you in good state for 4-5 years. But you will have to be in the corporate world for the next 40 years. 40 years ago, my marketing professor taught me how to market 2 cars, Fiat cars and Ambassador. Only those 2 cars were available 40 years before. Can you think about these products now? Fiat has disappeared. Ambassador, we have only Indian ambassadors across the world. Ambassador car has disappeared. It's not there. Will I be able to teach it in my classroom? I see the kind of products which I never even dreamt when I was a student. The fancy mobiles, the sophisticated imported cars you see in the market. No, you will have to teach the students how to market these products. So continuous learning is very, very important. Even if you look at some of the attributes, graduate attributes which AICT is listing for engineers and managers, the 12th attribute is lifelong learning. Most of them do not know what is lifelong learning, why lifelong learning is important. The message is given by the Indian seer and the Indian Gurukul. He cites a beautiful verse. He says, how do you learn from a teacher? Acharyat padamadatte, padam sishya somedeya, padam sahabrahmacharibhya, padam kalakramenecha. Translated in English, it says, even the best of the students learn from best of the teachers 25% of the knowledge. Padam in Sanskrit means 1/4. Acharyat padam adatte. You learn only 25% from best of the teachers. Padam sishya swamedeya. By your own individual effort, you all pick up the next 25%. Padam sahabrahmacharibhya. Third 25% you learn from the peers. Collaborative learning as we call today. You learn by interacting with your classmates, you learn the third 25%. Padam kalakramenecha. By passage of time, you learn the last 25%. Which means, even with 55 years of experience in academics, I have so much to learn. So long as I am alive, I need to continuously take efforts to learn, right? Lifelong learning becomes important because none of the human beings are 100% learned. Probably when you go through life experiences, you will realize this is what Indu madam told me in the class. This is what Radha madam said. This is what Professor Radha Krishnan and Anil Kumar said in the class. I understand the impact of what they said when I go through the life experiences, right? Therefore, lifelong learning is one of the prescriptions given. Swadhyaya. There also they say autonomous self-learner. After 20 years, you cannot go for a tuition, learn from others. You must develop the ability to learn on your own. Right? This is very, very important for a student. Then, you will have to take care of your health. They focus on that. So, you continuously learn. You also indulge in those activities which you give you prosperity. Also, you will have to maintain health. You will have to balance between material pursuits and the mental pursuits. In the process, don't ruin your health. You may be working in an IT company, don't work for 20 hours and ruin your health. This is prescribed in our Convocation address in the Upanishad, right? Therefore, you will have to take care of your health, you will have to take care of the material pursuits, also your intellectual pursuits. All these three you will have to focus on. And Chief Guest rightly pointed out that you must know how to face lives. That is very, very important. I remember Professor Kalam used to tell me, he was my senior in the college, when in the first ASLV failed, he used to tell me, I learnt a lot through this failure. Many a times, you have faced success all through your life. Even in IIM, I have seen you have done IIT, you are a topper in CAT, 100 percentile, you join IIM, fail in the first test, MSM you fail, then you are completely depressed. They have never faced a failure throughout their lives. First time when you face a failure, you are unable to handle it. Failure is part of life. So, unless you fail, as he rightly said, unless you aim at a million and miss a unit, this is Robert Browning, aim at a million and miss a unit rather than aiming at 100 and achieving it. For an outsider, aiming at a million and missing a unit is a failure. For you, you aimed high. For others, you aimed at 100 and achieving it may be a success, but from your standpoint, it's not a success because you have not stretched yourselves to the maximum, right? Therefore, always aim big. Another message that Kalam, I have addressed lots of convocation along with Kalam, he always used to tell me, focus on this when you address the management students. Always be leaders with integrity rather than managers with competence. The B school generally gives you lot of competence, skills, aptitudes, knowledge. They all give so that you become managers with competence. You go one step beyond and become leaders with integrity. That is precisely what is required in the corporate world. We have seen many people who are graduates of Harvard landed up in jail. I don't want to mention the name. They were not following ethical principles. At the end of the day, they suffered. So, the principle that you need to follow is always be righteous. That's what our scriptures also say. Follow the righteous dharmic path. Always speak the truth. That is another prescription given to us. So, if your manager is an idiot, don't go and tell him you are the worst idiot I have ever seen in my life, because the scripture says speak the truth. And to exemplify that, they say, Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat, ma bruyat satyam apriyam. Again, our Upanishad. Satyam bruyat, always speak the truth. Priyam bruyat, speak it, with pleasantness, right? Ma bruyat satyam apriyam. Even if it is the truth, don't speak with unpleasantness. So they give all these practical prescriptions for anybody who is going to enter the world. The external world is going to be very, very hot. You are sitting in an AC room here, very comfortable. When you go outside, it's going to be pretty hot. Life is also going to be like that. Therefore, we have gone through the process. So the message that we give is follow these fundamental principles, fundamental rules. I am sure you will be able to have a glorious life, a glorious career, and also you will be able to contribute to the growth of the nation. You must also remember your alma mater. Just like you remember your motherland and your mother tongue, this is your alma mater which actually gave you a career and a life to look upon. You must also think of SEMS all the time throughout your life and see in what way you will be able to contribute to the growth of SEMS, to the brand image of SEMS. That is the final message that I would like to give. Once again, I would like to congratulate all the graduating students for a splendid performance, and also specifically Ms. Lekha, who is a gold medalist, and Anjana, who is the best student coming out of this particular batch. Wishing them all a resounding success in their personal and professional life. Before I conclude, this is our tradition to recite this. Sahana vavatu, sahano bhunaktu, saha viryam karavavahe, tejasvina vadidamastu, ma vidvishavahe, om shanti shanti shanti. This is the prayer we used to recite at the time of convocation. What do we say? It talks about teachers and students together. In the entire prayer, there is no distinction between who is a teacher, who is a student. We are going and walking towards the common goal of acquiring more and more knowledge. Therefore, let this bondage be strengthened. Even when you become an alumni, be in touch with your teachers, be in touch with your alma mater, because this relationship is always permanent. Let there be no dvesha. When you are walking towards a common goal, there should be no hatred. Hatred between a student and a student, between a teacher and a student, between a teacher and a teacher. Ma vidvishavahe. Therefore, after reading this, I felt even 5,000 years ago, there used to be politics in Gurukul. They used to fight. Otherwise, why should they say, let there be no dvesha amongst us? Human beings are human beings, whether they were 5,000 years ago or now or after 200 years, right? Therefore, let's all be joyous on this occasion. Be happy that we were able to face this defining successful moment. Wishing you all the very best. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. I invite Group Director Dr. to present the mementos to the Chief Guest and the Guest of Honor. I request Dr. Baiju Radhakrishnan to present the memento to the Chief Guest, C. Balagopal, sir. Now I request Dr. Baiju Radhakrishnan to present the memento to the Guest of Honor, Dr. N. Jayashankaran, sir. I take this moment to invite Ms. Anjali A., Assistant Professor, Pgdm, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Respected distinguished guests on and off the dais, esteemed faculty members, friends and family of graduating class, and dear freshly mended alumni. Today marks the culmination of your academic journey, and we are honored to celebrate this momentous occasion with you. But before we finally declare the year ended, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all those who made this year a memorable one for Batch 30. First, I would like to express my sincere thanks to our chairman, Dr. G.P.C. Nair. His vision, guidance, and support have been invaluable, and we are truly fortunate to have such a dedicated leader. His leadership is reflected in all developmental activities of our educational institutions and has always inspired us to strive for greatness. On behalf of the entire SEMS family, I would like to take this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. C. Balagopal, for gracing the event and making this event even more special. As Batch 30 embark on their new phase of life, sir, I'm sure that they would keep your valuable insights on how to face the VUCA world. Sir, thank you for reiterating that failure has to be accepted with a learning mindset. So once again, thank you for awarding diplomas to the graduates and sharing such an inspirational message. I would also like to express our gratitude to our guest of honor, Dr. N. Jayashankaran, who has joined us today to share in this momentous occasion. Your presence has made this convocation ceremony special and memorable. Sir, thank you for emphasizing on the importance of being humble, being truthful, and being grateful, as these are the ingredients of being happy. Your thoughts on lifelong learning, citing examples from our ancient scriptures, have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. Thank you, sir. We are also very grateful to our Registrar and Group Director, Dr. Radha Tevenu, for all the guidance and presiding over this function. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to thank our Group Director, Dr. Indu Nair, for all the support and guidance. Thank you so much, ma'am. Professor Pramod P. Tevenu, as Vice Chairman, has always been a constant source of inspiration for all of us. Sir, my sincere thanks for supporting us in all our endeavors. I also thank all the board members and distinguished guests who have supported the school through several years and provided significant guidance to us. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the families and friends who have supported our graduates throughout their academic journey. I am sure your hearts are filled with pride as you watched your wards receive their degrees. Your support, love, and encouragement have undoubtedly contributed in their success. On behalf of SEMS, I would like to thank all the parents who showed trust in us and walked along with your wards. Thank you so much for joining us to witness this joyous moment. We are also grateful to our sister institutes for their wholehearted support, particularly the faculty members who were part of the Pgdm Batch 30 academic journey. I would like to take a moment to express our gratitude to our visiting faculty members who made valuable contributions to our academic community. Your expertise have enriched the educational experience of our students and helped us to achieve our academic goals. Thank you so much. On behalf of the SEMS family, I would thank our chairperson, Dr. Anil Kumar K., under whose guidance the entire faculty team adorned different roles as facilitators and mentors. I thank our own faculty members for all the support and dedication throughout the year. I would take this opportunity to express our appreciation for the SEMS staff. They have worked tirelessly behind the scenes all through the year. Their dedication and hard work have been instrumental in ensuring that everything ran smoothly and according to the plan. Thank you so much. I extend a special thanks to the students of Batch 31 who worked tirelessly to ensure the success of this event. Thank you, Batch 31. Thanks are due to Ergo and catering support for ensuring the smooth conduct of the function. Finally, Batch 30, the stars of the day. Thank you for adding accolades and achievements to SEMS. It has been a joy and a privilege to witness your progress and to be a part of your academic journey. We are immensely proud of all that you have accomplished, and we know that you have a bright future ahead of you. As I conclude the momentous occasion that will be etched in your memories forever, I wish the stars of a day to be a source of inspiration and a force for positive change in the world. Once again, and thank you all for making this event a memorable one. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I kindly request the Registrar and Group Director of SEMS Group, Professor Dr. Radha Tevanu, to officially close the convocation proceedings.
I declare the 30th annual convocation closed.
I request everybody to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
We reach the final phase of the ceremony. The convocation procession shall return. The convocation procession will return in the reverse order by the same route and occupy the seats for group photos in front of the main building. The audience should remain standing in front of their seats until the convocation procession leaves the auditorium. Once again, thank you all for your wholehearted participation in this ceremony. Thank you.